Welcome to the Star Zone. I'm Patty Spagnolo. From resource fairs geared towards our students to arts and entertainment aimed to connect with our community, Lansing Community College hosts many events throughout the year, and the Star Zone gives you a rundown on what's on the way, where it's happening, and how you can get into the zone at LCC. Today on the Star Zone, I have Paige Dunckel. Paige is the faculty chair for the theater program here at LCC. She earned her BA in theater and a BA in journalism from the University of Arkansas and her M.F.A. in directing from the University of Memphis. She has worked in both educational and professional theater for more than 30 years. She has received several awards for both her directing and acting in the community. Paige, welcome to the show.
Hi, Patty.
Hi. The next big performance, My Emperor's New Clothes by Larry Shue, from the story The Emperor's New Clothes by Hans Christian Andersen, is running April 5th and 6th, 12th, and the 13th in Dart Auditorium. So my first question was going to be, how closely does Larry Shue's version follow the original story? But then I thought maybe we should begin at the beginning with a quick primer on the story by Hans Christian Andersen. Can you give us just a brief overview of that?
Yeah, it's a very simple fairy tale, well known, I would think, about an emperor who has to have the best of everything. And so he wants the finest suit of clothes ever, and he puts the call out to all the weavers in the country to come and try to win money by making him a new suit of clothes. And there is a weaver who tries to fool him to get the money by weaving something that is invisible. So he doesn't look stupid. Of course, the emperor plays along and then ends up parading down the street in his underwear. So Right.
So now I feel a little more comfortable diving into the similarities or the differences of this story. So what changes will we likely recognize, and what nuances, if any, might, kind of weave something else into the story?
Well, I think what Larry Shue's done is he's probably changed the two bad guys, right? The two bad guys that we enjoy booing and hissing. They're very funny. They are the comic relief of the show, and they come in to fool the emperor and weave a beautiful suit for him to wear in the parade. The other changes are that Larry Shue added music. So there are several musical numbers and dance numbers and interaction between the cast members and the audience. So it's an all-around fun time.
Awesome. So I had read that, obviously this is a children's tale, but with the music added and the dancing and whatnot, it'll engage even younger audiences. I thought I read that somewhere.
Absolutely. So. Younger, I would say anywhere from 5 years old to 99. You're going to have fun.
Without giving too much away, does My Emperor's New Clothes give the same or similar message as the original?
It does. Basically, not think too much of yourself, right? Be humble, but also believe in yourself, right? Trust your voice, and don't be afraid to say, I was wrong. Oops,
Right. Good point. Because a lot of people have a problem with that, or they follow the crowd instead of speaking up. So
right.
Little kind of lessons in there. A relative of mine once performed the lead in Peter Pan in the Brighton Community Theater, and I remembered thinking, what an incredible amount of work this is. For her in particular, she was belting out tunes while they're swinging through the air on whatever rigging they had, and it really is physically demanding to be moving and singing. And then, of course, for the people swinging her around, right, timing is everything. So whether you're part of set design, lighting, music, acting, the list goes on and on, of course. This is a lot of work for all those involved. When people go to a performance and see themselves like on stage or being part of the production work or whatever aspect, where should they begin? Like, what is your advice to someone who wants to start out in this type of field?
Well, it depends. If they want to perform on stage, they should go to an audition. Just go and audition. It's scary, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll become doing it. If you want to get involved in the backstage aspect in technical theater, go volunteer at a community theater. They're always looking for volunteers. We also use students for backstage crew who just want to have that experience. So explore. There's a lot of avenues to explore what their interests are.
So have you ever had someone audition that had literally no experience in being on stage?
Absolutely. And that's fine. That's because, we are a college. We're an educational institution, so we really welcome students, no matter what their skill level is, to have that experience. It's an opportunity for us to kind of teach them some technique and give them some confidence and help them achieve, a personal goal, which is to be on stage.
So do they have to be part of the theater program to audition?
No, we do have a guideline in our area that we need to cast at least 75% of a cast as LCC students. But sometimes, the play will call for an older person, a more mature person that we'll need to cast outside of the student body.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, because you're going to need certain parts, even children at some point in some place. Okay,
yeah.
Got it. All right. See how much I don't know, but now I know. So focusing a little on the personal side, what was your favorite show to direct anywhere? Not even necessarily here at LCC.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is my favorite show to direct.
Good answer.
I really enjoy directing children's theater. I think it's so important as a way to expose young people to the magic of theater. And theater is magical, and especially for a young person coming in to see all of the lights and, the singing and the dancing and the costumes. It's just hopefully an eye-opening experience and one that they'll remember for a long time.
And I wonder, too, especially for younger children, it's probably a confidence booster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because when you're interacting on stage, I did something in high school, but and it wasn't very good. But it's just every time you get up on stage or every time you have to talk in front of a group, you just get that much better.
Right.
And
Excellent.
It builds a little bit of that self-confidence. So, okay, so now what was your favorite acting part in a production?
Well, I can tell you the most unnerving part, which was the most recent part. It was right before we got sent home, and it was with a local theater company in Lansing. It was a one-woman show that was about an hour and 15 minutes long. So that was kind of crazy and scary.
When you say one woman, just you on stage?
Just me.
Oh, my goodness.
It was with the Ixion Theater Ensemble here in town, and the show was Apples in Winter. And I wanted to challenge myself. I sit in a classroom and tell, young actors will do this and that. And I thought, well, I need to do that. I need to put myself out there. So I did, and it was very gratifying, but it was really scary. So
wow, that is awesome. Yeah, we don't think about that the instructors or the faculty have to kind of hone their craft too. Somebody was just telling me some well-known comedian has yet to play an arena, and he goes through all of these steps before he does his shows, and he's just like a nervous wreck. And my son was just telling me this the other night, and I said, you know what? I don't think I could do that job then, because I can't have anxiety for months knowing that I've got this booked or that booked or whatever.
Right.
But, there must be a drive. There's that drive to get up there on stage and do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's probably why I haven't done anything since then. I'm still recovering.
Well, hopefully we'll see you soon up there.
Yeah.
I noticed on your webpage, it states more than 30 performances throughout the year in various spots on campus. So Dart Auditorium, Black Box Theater, and the Outdoor Amphitheater. And I'm wondering, how do you develop that lineup? How do you choose which play you're going to do?
Well, those performances include all the student like in the semester. So, it's not just theater, it's music as well, and dance before, when we had more of a dance program. But so end of semester, like we have rock band, we have concert choir, we have vocal jazz and pop ensemble, and the jazz band, and those all perform at the end of the semester. When we did not have Dart, when it was under renovation, we had to kind of go off campus. So we found some really great venues off campus that we used for the music. And then Emperor's New Clothes is the first theater performance in Dart since the renovation. So, but we did have a jazz band and dance concert in there in February, which was like the first official performance in there.
Oh my goodness. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So are the renovations, like, is it everything you'd hoped for?
It's so beautiful. It's beautiful inside. They've redone the whole auditorium and it's just lovely. We're really excited.
Wow. I'm going to have to go in there now. Actually, I want to go see one of the sets of, My Emperor's New Clothes.
Yes.
Bring my grandchildren. Well, I mean, how do you get all the talent for I know you said that you use people in the community, like for My Emperor's New Clothes, that type of thing. I'm assuming you have because it's not even just the talent, it's who's going to direct it and who's, going to run the lights and all that stuff. Like, How do you coordinate all of that?
Well, we go through like a season selection process where the theater faculty submit shows that they want to direct either in DART or in the Black Box, a smaller studio show. And then we audition from, our student body here, our theater majors, other LCC students, people in the community. And then we just hit the ground running,
Right. Well, it looks like you have kind of a tight time frame because I saw auditions, like a deadline for auditions, and I'm like, that show is like 2 months later. So you are moving fast.
We are moving fast. Yeah, we have auditions coming up for our summer season. And Mary Jobe is theater faculty. She's going to be directing As You Like It this summer. That'll be our first show. And then we're really excited about this, a 10-minute play festival as our second show, which is 10-minute plays generated by students. So students from our theater classes, maybe some students from the English creative writing courses. We're really excited about that.
That is awesome. I could see somebody doing like the 10-minute, almost like a skit type of a thing, interaction for people who maybe don't want to do fundamentals of public speaking, because this would sort of get them there,
Absolutely.
So as a group instead of just one person.
Right.
Well, thank goodness it seems like you have a big pool of talent and, as far as actors and setup and directing, so that you can just keep us delighted all year round.
We hope so. We're just about to finalize our season for next year. So we've got, I can tell you 2 shows that we're going to do next season.
Do tell.
We're going to do The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson from the Percy Jackson series. That's a musical. That'll be in DART. And then another show we're doing is Puffs, which is like a satire on Hufflepuffs in the Harry Potter series.
Oh.
Very popular. And then a Black Box show is Cosplay, which is about 2 people playing in a game, as characters. That's going to be fun. And we haven't finalized the 4th show yet, but we're getting there.
Wow. Well, we will anxiously await that 4th show. I want to thank you so much for coming to the studio today. I really appreciate talking to you.
Thanks for having me, Patty.
That wraps it up for us. Again, My Emperor's New Clothes, April 5th and 6th. 12th and the 13th in DART Auditorium. See LCC event calendar at lcc.edu/calendar for showtimes and for all other events and happenings across campus. Wishing you well, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on the Star Zone. For more information on this episode, visit lccconnect.org. You can also find a complete list of Lansing Community College events by visiting lcc.edu/calendar. Until next time, thanks for getting into the zone.